off a daily fantasy. His number too high, then I'm probably fading him. He been on the road, he gon' eat up my salary. I hit a buy, he gon' lie before lock. Play back to back, then I probably won't pick on the DFS bachelor, good as it gets. Build a few liners and hit me a leg. He had a good game, but it might be a trick. Log in the Slack so I know who to pick. Sharing our liners, we all gon' get rich. New to this game, you should come to the pad. You might want some cash and get a good laugh. DFS Sports, we gon' run up a bag. He heard every game and it's making me mad. You buying your lineups, I think you a cheater. DFS bachelor, he the new leader. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Bachelor Pad. I, of course, am your host, the DFS Bachelor, and we're going to go over our Fanduel and Draftkings MLB slate for July 28th. It's a Tuesday morning. First things first, I know I say it every video, but I truly do mean it. Thank you all so much for all your support, all your kind words, the comments. It's truly humbling and overwhelming. You know, it's a little concerning when you're off for a few months. We did a little bit of esports stuff, but you never know how the response is going to be when everything comes back, and you guys have made it an overwhelming success. So thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it. Cheers to you all. Grab yourself a coffee and Bailey's. I hope you enjoy the show. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the team. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Get access to all of our content. Our WNBA video with Dion and I is up already. I'll leave at the end of the video a little end screen so you can just click on that and go straight to that if you're playing WNBA DFS. My boy Dion knows his stuff. We have a lot of fun in the video. If you're easily offended, probably don't want to watch it. We have a lot of fun on that video, so be sure to check that out. Hit that subscribe button if you're so inclined to do so. I really appreciate that. Hit that like button. That helps me out more than you know. And leave a comment in the comment section. Every Monday we give away a $25 PayPal giveaway. All you have to do to qualify for that is simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. And again, we announce those winners every Monday. Also, if you'd like my entire player pool, right now I only have 15 players in my player pool. I haven't gone through everything yet. We do a quick video here going over a few players who may have a good matchup. Been pretty good so far this year. Baseball has been good. To me, of course, baseball is very up and down. You know how it can be. Title of the sex tape. I mean, sometimes it could be side to side. Whatever you decide to do. So, you know, there's going to be ups and downs with MLB DFS. There's no guarantees. You know, you need a lot of home runs. We all know that. And hitters in the major leagues hit a home run on average of, 6% of the time, 7% of at-bats. So there's a lot of room for failure in MLB DFS. So, but so far, so good. So I appreciate all of that. Also, don't forget to check out Overlay DFS, overlaydfs.com. Hit them up on the Twitter sphere. Ask about their first deposit bonus. Enter promo code DFS Bachelor. It's a lot of fun. It's a different kind of sweat. You don't have to be perfect. You're not playing against mass lineup entries, etc. It's a lot of fun. Big jackpots. Overlay DFS. Be sure to check that out. Also, I started to talk about this. If you want my player pool for all the sports, NFL, NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball, all the research tools on here, I mean, this cuts my research time in half. I can walk in here and find out how the projected lineup of the Giants have done against Zach Davies. I can see what he's done against the opponent. I can see the 3-year weighted OPS average of the pitcher, righties versus lefties, etc. All sorts of information that help me get to where I need to be to make a successful MLB lineup. And it's always checked about an hour before lock, so there will not be anyone on the player pool who's not playing, which is also very helpful. You can get access to this tool, the research, the lineup optimizer, my player pool, the mass lineup generator, etc. simply by clicking that link in the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard for 30 days for $1. You can get the cheat sheet. My NBA player pool and cheat sheet are already set on there. That video for NBA opening tip on Thursday will be up. If not later today, early tomorrow, so there'll be plenty of time for that. So be sure to check that out. Click that link in the video description below. So I think that's all the house cleaning that I wanted to get to. I checked the weather already. We should probably do that every day. It looks like right now, the only game that looks like it's really in danger would be Toronto and Washington. I know there's a little bit of rain projected in that Mets-Boston game. Right now, we don't know who's going to be starting for the Mets, and we don't know who the starters, as the time of recording right now, who's going to be pitching for both Detroit and Kansas City in that game. Those pitchers have not been announced as of this recording, so hopefully shortly after that it'll be there, and then boom, those will be up here on Draft Dashboard as well. The two postponed games, of course, the Phillies and Yankees are canceled again, and the Baltimore Marlins game. Marlins just had another 4 or 5 players test positive, but the good news is so far, early results show that no Phillies so far have it. So that's good news for baseball. It's good news for all of us and good news for the Phillies. I hope everyone's healthy, happy, safe. We wish all the Marlins who are ill a fast recovery. We hope they're healthy as well. So let's get started. Let's start at the top with my favorite top price pitcher as of right now. And look, paying up for pitchers right now is a little sketchy. They're just not pitching these guys a ton of innings. They're being very cautious. But Merrill Kelly, he's 10K on DraftKings. He's what, 7-8 on Fanduel. Let me make this just a little bit bigger so I could see that better. I'm getting old. You start pushing 40, man, and the eyes don't work as well. Let's make that screen a little bigger so I can see it. Yeah, he's 7-8 on FanDuel. Now, the Rangers do have a weighted OPS of 762 against him. However, it's a low over-under at 9.5. He's got that 7-inning upside against a Texas team I think he can have some success with. I do like Merrill Kelly right now. Next, Zach Davies doesn't have the greatest history versus the Giants. The projected lineup for the Giants today are a combined 10 for 31. That's a 323 average. However, it's an over-under of 8, one of the lowest totals, if not the lowest total on the slate tonight. That Giants lineup is battered and beaten. He's 8K on DraftKings. He's 5-8 on FanDuel. I can get down with some Zach Davies. You can see in 2 of his last 4 starts against the Giants, he's put up double-digit fantasy points, a 14 and a 21. I could certainly go there. And in that same game, I don't mind Jeff Samardzija either. He was scratched from his last start, but this is a guy that they will throw 6 innings. You can see in 4 of his last 5 games against the Padres, he has double-digit fantasy points. Now, he did have a -2 his last time out. There's always risk with Jeff Samardzija. I remember watching him play wide receiver for Notre Dame years ago. The Padres projected lineups that combine 26 for 93 lifetime off of Samardzija. That's a 280 average. But again, a low total. He's 6.5 on DraftKings. So I think he's a much better value on DraftKings than on FanDuel. He's over here at 8-1 on FanDuel. So Davies is a better value on FanDuel. Samardzija, a better value on DraftKings. That's how it works. I think that's interesting to look at. Those are the 3 pitchers right now, early in the morning, that I am looking at. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Bachelor. When lineups come out, players are scratched, etc., I'll have all that information up on my Twitter page. Now let's get to some hitters. So Anthony Rendon, I'm not necessarily saying to play him, but I wanted to remind everyone that today should be his debut in the starting lineup for the Angels. He's been out with an oblique injury. He smashes left-handed pitching, a 1051 OPS versus lefties over the last 3 seasons. Justice Sheffield, struggles against righties, giving up an 882 OPS versus right-handed hitters. 9.5 total there. I like Anthony Rendon. I just want to remind, I probably have him in a lineup just because, maybe he comes out and he's just ready to go and he's chomping at the bit. Could be some rust, but I just wanted to remind everyone he should be playing today. If he doesn't play today, which I think is unlikely, he'll definitely be back for tomorrow, barring any setbacks. So keep an eye on that. But if Rendon plays, I do like him, and I just kind of wanted to remind everyone he will be back in the lineup today from what the reports say. Justin Turner smashes left-handed pitching going against Framber Valdez, 939 OPS versus lefties. I think Justin Turner could go yard today. Hasn't been great against Houston, but look, to start the season, he's been very consistent. You can see 13, 14, 14, 8. He's getting you fantasy points. He's 4.9 on DraftKings. He's only 3.2 on FanDuel. I like Justin Turner quite a bit. Now let's get to some St. Louis hitters. So for Minnesota today, they're pitching Homer Bailey. Homer Bailey's like 9K on DraftKings. There's never a scenario where I want to pay 9K for Homer Bailey. Now, the universe does sometimes like to make me look like a damn idiot. So if you're playing multiple lineups, you may as well throw him in one just in case I have jinxed the whole thing. But Homer Bailey gets absolutely smashed by St. Louis. St. Louis is my favorite stack tonight, and it's not even close. Paul Goldschmidt, 4 of 11 lifetime off Homer Bailey. They're all singles, but he could certainly go yard. Now, he does hit lefties better than righties, and Homer Bailey's a righty, but Homer Bailey pitches better to lefties than to righties. So something's got to give, and Homer Bailey, basically anytime Homer Bailey is pitching, I'm stacking against him. It's just how it's going to be. I don't understand his price on DraftKings. I really don't. Sign me up for a St. Louis. I wish I could play all 9 hitters. I'm going to in some sort of combination for St. Louis because I think they put up a ton of runs against Homer Bailey, one of the worst pitchers I've ever watched pitch in my lifetime. Next in that same game, but on the other side, I like Eddie Rosario against Carlos Martinez. Rosario loves hitting off of righties, of course, at 811 OPS. He's been really consistent so far, only one real bad game. I think he could go yard tonight. He's 3 of 6 lifetime off of Martinez. Nice advantage there. Martinez struggles a little bit more versus lefties than righties. Sign me up for some Eddie Rosario tonight. Next, in the highest over-under total of the night, Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. I believe that's the highest total of the night at 10. You've got Ryan Braun against Derek Holland. Now, I think Derek Holland's a fine young pitcher, but Ryan Braun smashes lefties at 933 OPS versus lefties. For his career lifetime off of Derek Holland, Ryan Braun is 4 of 8. That's a 500 average, 1 single, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run. He's hit the lifetime cycle off of Derek Holland. Derek Holland is really good against lefties, only allowing a 523 OPS versus lefties, but against righties over the last 3 years, a 975 OPS to right-handed hitters. I like the righties for Milwaukee tonight. I like Ryan Braun quite a bit. Next, we don't normally get catchers on here, but again, we got a St. Louis catcher against Homer Bailey. All Yadier Molina has done for his career, we have a nice sample size here. He is 20 of 51 lifetime. That's a 392 average and 51 at-bats off of Homer Bailey. Holy shit. 14 singles, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 3-9 on DraftKings, 2-5 on Fanduel. Love Yadier Molina against Homer Bailey tonight. Next, we don't know who he's going to be facing off against. If it's a righty, even better. Whit Merrifield likes to hit off of right-handed pitching and left-handed pitching. Whit Merrifield has just been on fire. Let's just put it how it is. A big game last night. He's 3-8. He's just simply too cheap. He's a leadoff guy against, we think maybe it could be Daniel Norris starting tonight for Detroit. We'll have to see if they're going to put him back on the mound. He just recently rejoined the team after dealing with COVID. But Whit Merrifield, just for the role that he's in as the leadoff man, how he's been hitting the baseball, 3-8 on DraftKings, 2-9 on FanDuel. I like Whit Merrifield quite a bit. Next, you'll see a theme here. Another St. Louis hitter. How about Paul DeJong? 6 of 15 lifetime off of Homer Bailey. 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 home runs. He likes hitting off a right. He's a right-handed hitter who hits righties better than lefties. There are a few of those in the league, and that's one of the great things I like about Draft Dashboard here. I don't have to do a ton of research to find that. I can just scroll over right here and find out what he does. Homer Bailey, again, struggles against right-handed hitters. He just smashes Homer Bailey. High over-under. I love St. Louis. Paul DeJong signed me up for that. 3-7 on DraftKings. I love that price. 3-1 on FanDuel. So he's an even better value on DraftKings because you know the salaries are different on the two different sites. Next, another righty. If I'm going to go Ryan Braun, I want to stack some of them Brewers. How about we get the leadoff man who has a huge advantage against left-handed pitching. He hits them about 60 points higher, 747 OPS off of lefties. And we talked about Derek Holland's struggle against right-handed pitching. He's 4 of 15 lifetime, 267 average, high total. I like Lorenzo Cain, 3-6 on DraftKings, 2-7 on FanDuel. You can sign me up for that as well. Next, another St. Louis hitter with a nice history and a good sample size off of, you guessed it, Homer Bailey. Matt Carpenter hits righties better than lefties. He's a left-handed hitter. Now, Homer Bailey does pitch a little bit more effective to lefties, but look at his lifetime split against Homer Bailey. 21 of 46 lifetime. That's a 457 average and 46 at-bats, 15 singles, 4 doubles, 2 home runs. Love Matt Carpenter, love the Cardinals. I will keep reiterating that. And let's get to a couple value bats, especially on DraftKings here. Michael Brantley. I'm just going to keep going to this well. He's batting in the cleanup spot for one of the best offenses in baseball, if not the best offense in baseball. He's facing off against a righty. He's a left-handed hitter. He has a 929 OPS versus right-handed pitching. He is 2-8 on DraftKings. Michael Brantley is absolutely way too cheap. Now, he is getting some higher ownership, but I think it's worth it. When you're betting cleanup for Houston and you're at 2,800 on DraftKings, 3K on FanDuel, nice advantage against Walker Buehler, right-handed pitching. I like Michael Brantley quite a bit. And one more value bat, just we don't know who's pitching for Detroit yet, but you can see 3 of his last 5 off of Detroit pitchers. He has at least 12 DraftKings points. If we get a lefty out there, even better. But Maikel Franco is 2,200 on DraftKings and on FanDuel. For a guy who hit 17 home runs last year, he's got decent power. If I have a potential home run hitter for 2,200, I'm putting him in my lineup. Love that price. Got to get a little bit of value in there. Again, you'll be able to see all the value plays I like. They'll be on my player pool. They'll be on the cheat sheet. You just click that link in the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard 30 days for $1. When you do, if you use that link, you'll see a blue box from your Watch Players tab over here. Those will be the players that you're watching in your player pool. You'll see a blue box that says Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks. You can highlight my player pool, use it in the optimizer, compare it to your Watch Players simply by clicking that blue box. When you do that, you'll also see a timestamp in Eastern time of when I last updated my player pool. So you'll know if news comes out at 1 o'clock that say, Merrill Kelly isn't going to start, but he's still in my player pool, but you don't see the time updated. You'll know, oh, he hasn't updated it yet, but I'll get to it. That way you know how up-to-date my player pool is with all the news that's coming out. I've been doing the best I can to be basically in the office at all times trying to get all that ready. So once you do that, then you can go to the lineup optimizer. You can optimize lineups straight in here from using my player pool, use your own player pool, compare the lineups. I do like what this is right here. I usually don't. Merrill Kelly, Samardzija, Molina, Goldschmidt, Paul DeYoung, Whit Merrifield, Lorenzo Cain, Ryan Braun, Eddie Rosario. I think that's a really nice lineup. You still have $600 left on the table. That's something I can get down with. Maybe you don't want to play Rendon in his first game back. Maybe you want to go to a Justin Turner and stack some Dodgers. Love that. You can go to the mass lineup generator. You can generate 100 lineups, import them into Fanduel and DraftKings straight here from Draft Dashboard. If you have a bunch of lineups in and one of your players is out, you can use the late swap optimizer. Love this, especially for right now with how volatile lineups and scratches and, we got the COVID concerns. You can upload your lineups from FanDuel and DraftKings, put them in the late swap optimizer, re-optimize, getting rid of the players who are out and import them back into FanDuel and DraftKings. A very handy tool. You can do that for NBA as well, NFL. Very, very handy. So click that link in the video description below. Try it for 30 days for $1. Don't forget to check out Overlay DFS. That's a lot of fun. Hit them up and ask them about their first deposit bonus. Enter promo code DFS Bachelor. A big cheers to you all. I really appreciate you all so much. Don't forget to check out our WNBA video. That should be popping up any second now on your screen. I love you all. I appreciate all your support. I hope you're happy, well, healthy. May the fantasy gods be with you all tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow for MLB, tonight for tomorrow's WNBA, and here in the next 24 hours or so, I'll have the NBA video up for the Thursday's 2-game tip-off. Lakers, Clippers, Pelicans, Jazz. Really excited about that as well. Thank you all again so much. Goodbye, folks.